What's up, YouTube? This is a live stream of just me hanging out, talking about a bunch of nothing. Because hey, Bobby, what's up? It's good to see you. But yeah, so I hurt my shoulder. I was lifting solar panels. I think that's when I heard it. I was lifting solar panels. So I work for this like solar installation thing. Hey, Sean, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. It's like some real diehards tuning in tonight because there's not much going on due to a shoulder injury I had. Like I said, I was lifting up solar panels, actually taking them off of a rack that we built. And so yeah, I worked for this really small solar installation company. It's not even a company. It's just a guy in Vermont who I know. And yeah, I worked all day. I didn't feel hurt. And then at some point last night, I went to pick up a glass of water and I realized I really hurt my left shoulder to the point where like even just picking up, like taking my glasses on and off is painful. So I'm thinking I might have torn my rotator cuff or something. Oh, it's Max. Bobby Turcolino is actually Max. Cool. Good to see you. And then a good old mustard toast. Very nice to see you. So there's unfortunately not too much guitar playing to be had tonight. And I was going to try to push through. My girlfriend lives with a torn rotator cuff, and she hurt her shoulder and then didn't rest and kept working and kept pushing and did some like chronic damage to her shoulder. And so she was very firm with me tonight and said that she would not allow me to play guitar and perform, and that if I tried to do that, she would close the computer and just cancel the show. So, that's what happens when you have, a very, very, when you're kept under kind of like the thumb of somebody who loves you. And so that's what's happened. And so I'm not allowed to play music. Jameson and Kate. Hello, Jameson and Kate. What's going on? It's so nice of you to have tuned in. And yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel like a train door, an automatic closing train door would be a really painful thing to get your arm stuck in. So I hope you are taking care of that, and I hope it feels better soon. Oh, can I play one-arm trumpet? I could. In fact, that's definitely going to happen here. Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. In fact, I was thinking just before I started this live stream, I was thinking like, well, okay, I can't play guitar. This is not going to be an ordinary show by any stretch of the imagination. But I also happen to be at my mom's house, and there's like, in our basement, there's a whole bunch of random things, like random instruments that connect, in my mind, connect to my childhood and being a kid. And so maybe it would be fun. I can bring us down to the basement and we can explore like just random ass instruments. Some of which maybe like a very diehard fan of my music might like recognize, like, oh, I remember this instrument on this and that album, and we can see if we can find that. So that sounds kind of fun. Yeah. Do. So maybe that's the thing to do. I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna take us all to the basement. It's the kind of shit where like I'm so not extroverted in terms of like being on the internet. I surprise myself sometimes when I do just a random YouTube live stream like this. Because you might think I'm extroverted. I'm live on YouTube.
Wow!
Yeah.
What's up, Tool?
My mom and my girlfriend are hanging out in the kitchen. There's my mom, there's my girlfriend. And oh, here, don't forget my dog. Well, it's my mom's dog, but there's Abby. Abby, you're my dog. You're my doggy. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look. You're so photogenic.
Look, you're so photogenic.
Can you smell their breath through YouTube? Guess not.
I'm going to go down and play instruments that I can use just my right arm on. You know what I mean? Like percussion, like little percussive instrument. The basement. Oh, hey, this is kind of blast from the past. I made this thing when I was in college. I won't, don't worry, I won't show anybody. No one's going to see anything. I made this. This was a very experimental thing I made in high school or college. It was supposed to be like a fish, like a thing you put in like the fish tank. You know what I mean? A fish could swim through it.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah. Okay. My mom said she was self-conscious about the basement because it's maybe not completely like up to her standards of being broadcast on the internet. But I think we can do it. So this is, here we go. This is probably the room she didn't want you to see, but that's all right. Bro, Nina, will you be the camera person here?
Yeah.
Okay. The basement where the first albums were recorded. Yeah, it's true. That's very true, Mustard Toast. This is definitely where a lot of stuff that I've recorded has happened. So actually this very room, you can't really see it. It's kind of cluttered right now, but it's got like soundproofing stuff on it that my dad put in when he was living here and doing music stuff. And so this room is where I recorded the vocals to the album Lion. I recorded most of the vocals like sitting right here. And then this basement is where I recorded Baby Steps, Be a Tiger. The room we were just in before was where I recorded Cash Money, etc. So this house, yeah, I think I've recorded Breakfast. I recorded a lot of it here. So this house is where I've recorded a whole bunch of my music. Breakfast. Yeah. Yeah, this stuff is really good. This like soundproofing stuff on the ceiling it's really helpful for just getting, they call it making the room dead. It's like if the room's got a bunch of hard surfaces, then stuff bounces, like the sound bounces around in weird ways. But if it's got soft surfaces, they call that being in like a dead room, which is good sometimes. You want that sometimes. Yeah, my mom will actually, could you hold this?
Yeah, I thought that was the plan, bro.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay. So this has always been the thing where since I was a kid, we kept like, you know, the crazy percussion stuff in here. So all right.
Nickelodeon. Just joking. Oh, these are beautiful.
Oh wow. This one I actually made, so I made this when I was in college, and it's a little whistle, but I guess it's only one tone, so you just go like, yeah, it doesn't really work.
Sounds like it works to me.
Barely works. It's
That's
very quiet.
beautiful.
But then I made this one too. Let's see. So I made this. I was really into making ceramic instruments when I was in college. So I made this thing. That's cool, actually. That. I also made this.
So sorry. Okay, I tried.
I just reminding me of actually one of my prized. So I made this. This is a ceramic
What?
French horn.
You made that?
Yeah, I made this. It's like
What?
it's all made out of clay, and it's pretty nuts. I didn't know what to expect when I made it. You know, like I had no idea if it would actually work, but I studied like kind of the way French horns tubing sort of worked, and I tried my best to mimic it. And so it came out like this. Yeah, when I got this out of the kiln and tried it out, I was like, whoa, because I didn't really expect it to have much range. I wasn't really sure if anything would come of it, but like it really it not only has a range, but it has a like a key, you know, it's like in a scale. I think maybe a pentatonic scale, but I don't really know. It's magic.
What?
That's the magic of life, you know? It's the magic of life. Like that song, I think about this with instruments a lot. Each instrument has its own music that's kind of hidden inside that instrument. And each person has like a kind of way to give that hidden possibility of voice. And the combination of each instrument and each person creates an infinite variety of like possible magical musical stuff. Like there's only so many notes you can play on this instrument, and that's like the magic of this instrument. But then how a person is inspired to draw those notes out is unique to that person too. So it's cool. So I was excited when that one came out.
Is it really fragile?
No.
Wow, we should display that.
It's like, where do you put it?
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
make on a shelf.
it's really big and kind of weird looking.
It's beautiful.
The glaze came out a little funny. I wasn't too into the glaze, but
It's for sale for $3 million.
anyways, okay. So what else we got here?
Sean's gonna buy it.
Sean's got it. All right. Ooh, this is another whistle.
Wow.
That's kind of nice. Wow, that's actually a nice one. Two notes, but it's kind of cool. I could have made it.
So beautiful.
You would have thought I would have made it more with more notes, but I guess I chose just two.
It looks like driftwood.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool how that one turned out. Oh, I also was into making these drums.
You made that?
Yeah, looks like it's kind of deteriorated, but
Secrets.
yeah, I really love ceramics. Like, I was really into it in college, and I still love it. I just haven't really done any lately, but it's definitely a love of mine. And yeah, and I was really at the end of my college thing, I was really focusing on like trying to create musical instruments with clay. Just kind of cool. But so I made this big drum, and it's very humid right now, so this is an actual deer hide, and the deer hide is in the humidity, I think, expands, so it's less tight. So it doesn't really sound like a drum, but in the winter, if we were here in the winter, it'd be very dry. The air would be dry, and so this would be very taut, and it would sound like. It's kind of cool. So is anybody leaving any comments? What are people talking about in here?
Two notes is all you need.
That's right.
You're crazy. Just kidding, but this is crazy.
So for anyone who's just tuning in, I seriously hurt my shoulder, and so I'm not doing the normal like just performance because it hurts too much to play guitar right now. So instead, we're just hanging out, a stream of consciousness exploration of like my mom's basement and just different musical instruments that are down here.
Got another comment.
Whoa, buddy in high school made a ceramic mandolin. Whoa, maybe it wouldn't hold enough string tension. Yeah, wow. That sounds like a really hard thing to pull off. I'm sure there was a lot of challenges, but that's a very cool idea. I made the closest thing to that was I tried making this. Which is like, my idea was like, so this is clay. It's only been fired once, but anyway, you hate this so dry. Nina's very sensitive to dry.
It's okay, everyone.
But so the idea is that you put, you put guitar strings in these little holes, right? You string them up this way, and then the guitar string has a little bead on it, so it would hold on the bottom side of that little bead, and then you pull the string over here, and then the idea was that the string was going to go through some pegs that you could then crank into these holes, these wedged holes, and it actually did work. Like, it does work. You can string 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strings onto this thing. It's really hard to keep them in any particular tune, but it did work. It was kind of cool. And then you could play it like a slide type of thing with like a little guitar slide thing. So it was a cool idea. It didn't quite work out, but yeah, the mandolin would be way more complicated than that because mandolins have frets and they have tiny little strings, and it would be really hard. Oh my God, it's 1 a.m. for you, Mustard Toast. That's nuts.
Where are you?
Yeah, where are you again? I can't remember. The Stanley Cup. Max, so this is Max. Bobby is Max.
What's up, Max? Oops,
And
sorry.
Max is watching the Stanley Cup, which is hockey. Because Max loves hockey.
Oh, homies in Portugal.
Whoa. 1 a.m. Wow. In Portugal.
Hi.
Hi. All right, I'm going to take out this trumpet, which I haven't played in a long time.
Camera follows you.
So this is, for anyone who cares to know, this is
Is it good?
a cornet. Yeah, that's great. This is a cornet. It's not a trumpet. And does anyone out there know the difference between a cornet and a trumpet? Do you know?
They're spelled differently.
They are spelled differently.
That's all I got.
They're spelled differently. It's probably not common knowledge. It's probably not common knowledge. I certainly wouldn't know if my dad wasn't a horn player. Anyone gonna Google it? No. Okay, so the difference is that a cornet, this is a cornet, and a cornet is, you can kind of see, it's hard to see, but it's thinner, it starts thin and gets slightly thicker all the way, gradually, all the way up to here. So a trumpet is actually a tube, like just a regular tube for most of it. It's not conical. It's just like cylindrical, and then at some point it spans out into this bell. But a cornet goes from the widest point and just gradually gets thinner until its narrowest point is at the very end here. And what it does is that means the cornet has kind of a more mellow sound usually. They sound a little more like, a little less angular and a little less harsh and a little more like round and easygoing. And I've always liked the cornet a lot. Anything you've heard, anytime I've recorded a trumpet, it's been this cornet.
Sorry, I'm making it worse.
That's okay.
Really? That's the one in the albums?
Yeah, like this is the one on, say, like Be a Tiger. This is definitely the horn that you would have heard on Be a Tiger. Some of the stuff I've made, my dad played trumpet on. So I think Baby Steps has some trumpet on it, and I think that was my dad. So that would have been a trumpet probably, not a cornet. That would have been a different horn.
So can you tell us what you're doing?
Right now I'm putting valve oil into these valves, and it's kind of just lubrication for these valves.
That's cool.
I thought cornets didn't have the buttons. No, that's not the case. The cornets do have the buttons. It's the same buttons, actually. Exactly the same. So if you know how to play trumpet, if you know how to push the buttons on a trumpet, you know how to push the buttons on a cornet too. It's exactly the same fingering. And the buttons are called valves. What else we got here? Super cool. I think so. Those horns do sound very laid back. Yeah, they do. I love the sound of the cornet. Yeah, that's right, Max. There's a whole world of things to learn about trumpets. and Brad C. New albums or songs. I wrote one song recently, but I think the lyrics would be disappointing to people, so I'm sort of editing it because I think people would misunderstand it. But then I'll probably still release it and just trust that people will understand it, because the first line of the song is I don't give a shit about music. Music is a waste of time, and it's easy, I think, for people to take that in a very cynical way. But I just mean that I've never been in it really for the music, actually. It's always been more about people. So, but no, I don't have any new albums really in the works. I've definitely been in a bit of a musical dry spell, working a lot, like doing physical work and feeling tired. And then also, just like feeling like writing songs as much, and kind of feeling like not sure what kind of songs I'm in the mood to write. Like one day I'll be like, I really want to make some rock and roll. And then the next day I'm like, it's too loud. I'm too much of an old man. I need to make something more like a little bit less. I think you gotta go like stretch your legs or something. Right? Like just you don't have to worry about this. Yeah. Nina also has shoulder issues, so I always worry about her. She's worried about me, and I'm worried about her. This is definitely the shot that my mom was like didn't want to get projected onto the internet. Like this is like the room in her house where she like is like, oh, I've really got to get to that. Like it's just out of control. So she's probably, if she's watching from upstairs, she's probably like, oh no, I can't believe it. I'm gonna probably delete this video. So anyway, so whoever's tuned in right now, whatever 12 people are here, some of you have said hi in the chat box, but whoever else is tuned in, this is ephemeral. This isn't gonna be up for long. This is like I'm not on Snapchat, but this is like Snapchat, I think. Do you ever have thought about doing a cover album? That would be cool. I've thought about it. I think I'm too like musically self-absorbed to get that together, but that could change. Maybe I'll pursue that. Can't hear you well. How about now? Is it? Oh, it's better. Okay, cool. Metal transcends age. Rock on. That's right. I actually have thought. Oh, hey Kate, welcome. Yeah, welcome. I'm sorry I hurt my dang shoulder too, but we're kind of hanging out, and so if you're just joining us, we're just getting into just some random shit in my mom's basement. So
look at that.
And it's funny you should say metal transcends age, because I've also thought like, whoa, it would be fun to make a kind of like really hard rock / metal sounding album, and how much fun I think I would have with that. Like just kind of like really get into some heavy riffs and like I think would be really fun. But I don't know if I'll really follow through on it. So I'm gonna try to play this. Let's go somewhere better. Will you open this door for me, Nina?
Where the connection's bad out here.
Oh, people can't hear.
Well, there's one less bar.
Can people still hear us? This is a cool shot, actually. They can hear, yeah. You know, thank you. That playing this instrument, I always feel, whenever I play it, I always feel like I want to be playing it more than I do. And actually, it's cool to be playing it right now because, in a way, I feel like the trumpet is it's really like a voice of its own. It's like a non-verbal voice. You know what I mean? Like it's verbal almost, but it's not words. And there's something so expressive about the voice of a trumpet um, that I feel like I want to express. I want to express something through that kind of non-verbal way. And guitar is cool too, but there's something about the trumpet that I'm just feeling drawn to right now.
It does feel very communicative,
doesn't it? Yeah.
Just sort of without strain.
Yeah. It feels like yeah, it really feels like a voice. It feels like a voice. I think my dad said he always felt like the trumpet had like a real shared quality with the human voice. I think it might be switch actually. Anyways, oh, it's a plug-in thing.
So now I'm just sitting in the dark with all my friends online. It's getting to be like rest, almost like rest time for me. I can feel I haven't strained myself, but I feel like if I keep messing around playing all these different instruments, I might move towards overextending my arm. So I'm gonna not. I'm gonna probably call it a night. And thanks for tuning in. And I really look forward to playing. Maybe next show, and to sort of answer whose question was it initially? Brad. To answer Brad's question, maybe next show I'll have some new songs that might feature trumpet a little more. So that's kind of something I'm feeling excited about right now. But anyway, yeah, so we'll see you next time, and I'll let you all know on Patreon when the rescheduled show is for, and we'll just go from there. So I hope you all have a really good night and take care, and we'll see you. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this unusual event. And and we're gonna get some rest here, and hopefully my shoulder will be feeling better soon. And take care, everybody. Good night.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you. Bye, Floppy. Bye, everybody.